My first question for you is pretty simple. I guess explain to me why Polestar, a name that probably most people have never heard of, how that's going to be able to compete with a company like Tesla, which has had just so much marketing power, at least here in the U.S.
Hi, firstly, great to be here. Secondly, I think for Polestar, it's an opportunity to offer something different in the marketplace. Polestar is the electric performance brand of the Volvo car group, so not some unknown newcomer, but actually a new brand that's being launched by one of the best names around in the business. And we'll be a standalone brand, but bringing our own notion of beautiful avant-garde design allied to great technological capabilities within the car. So I'm pretty confident that it's going to play well with the customers. And we've just been to Pebble Beach last weekend to show it for the first time in the US. And we've seen there the reaction of firsthand of the US public, and it was very encouraging.
And which type of customer are you guys going to be going for here?
Yeah, I think we're looking for the people who are looking for a technologically advanced vehicle, a car that looks beautiful, and the Polestar 1 is a great example of this, but someone who's also very interested in the 150 kilometers of autonomy that this performance hybrid that we're launching can offer. And then beyond that, we'll have a range of pure EVs that will come out that will be competing directly with cars such as the Tesla Model 3.
Right, the Polestar 2, which is supposed to debut next March in Geneva, is supposed to go for about $40,000 US. Talk to us about charging stations. There'll be plenty of them around the country, but how many, do you anticipate? Will charging be a problem at all?
No, I don't think charging will be a problem. I think we're going to have a great amount of infrastructure that will be put in place. The whole market's moving towards electrification, and we're seeing a build-up of that. What we have to ensure that we do is offer a product that appeals to people, and I think in terms of design, build quality, the fact that all of our cars will be built on a Volvo car platform, usual beautiful design that we have, but that 90-year-old expertise underneath the car, I think is going to be a very important part of the appeal with which we have.
So what kind of production numbers do you anticipate? I mean, all we've talked about for a long time now is Tesla's production difficulties. How will Volvo skirt those kinds of difficulties?
Well, we're used to launching cars. We're used to having factories that ramp up production, and so we're very confident that we'll meet the objectives. We haven't given any direct numbers right now, and I'm afraid, with the risk of upsetting you, I'm not going to start this morning. But what we will have is a great-looking car. Polestar 1's the proof. Polestar 2 will be the same. It will be at the cutting edge of technology and have very avant-garde design. And above all, it's going to be a great car to drive, as all Polestars will be.
So, Jonathan, one thing that you're touching on and that Tesla has sort of proven as well is that you can make a sort of a good technologically advanced car for the high-end market. But the promise of electric vehicles has always been that at some point, the average person out there who is maybe in the market for a $30,000 or $40,000 car is going to be able to buy a reliable electric vehicle. When do we get to that point in this cycle?
Well, I think in this cycle we get to that point with Polestar 2. As you said, we will introduce that around about the first quarter of next year and show the car, and it will be launched right at the start of 2020. But I think with that car, we're bringing electric vehicles to the availability of people around about that 40,000 mark. So I think that will be an important time and an exciting time for the public, where they can get cutting-edge technology, great-looking vehicle, and an EV, but at that price range.
Okay, and what countries are you going into first? Where are we going to see these pop up first?
Well, one of the reasons we're here is because the US will be a key market for us. We're also going to be in China, and we're also going to be in Europe. So we're going to be, from day one, a global brand manufacturing for around 7 to 10 countries.
Tell us what kind of advice you would offer Elon Musk. I mean, it will be good to have a competitor in some senses, and there are other competitors as well in Detroit, not just Tesla. What will be the next step for you, and what would you advise somebody like Elon Musk to do?
I would not give Elon Musk any advice. I will concentrate on what we're doing at Polestar. And what we've got to do is produce a quality car that's great to look at, that's fantastic to drive, and that takes the whole electric vehicle agenda through. And that's what we're focused on.
Will electric win the day? Jonathan, it seems like we've had so many problems with electric vehicles, and we're also talking about autonomous vehicles quite separately. Do you see a future, where a good proportion, if not a majority of the population, drives electric as opposed to something else?
Yeah, and I think electric vehicles are coming. We believe as a brand passionately that this is the future. I think the cars offer great levels of performance, great levels of driver enjoyment, and cars that please people from an environmental perspective. So I think it's going to come. The advance in technology is huge. And I think that when people drive these cars, see these cars, they're going to be completely entranced by them. And you're talking about cars that can go up to 500 kilometers, 300 miles in terms of charge and autonomy. So I think they meet most people's everyday requirements, but offer them something absolutely wonderful when they drive it.